Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to complete Unit 4, Lesson 3 and 4, from Lesson 3 to Lesson 5. But before we start our session today, I'd like to take you in a tour around the learning outcomes of this lesson. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to write a first-person narrative describing a place or experience using clear structure, personal voice, and descriptive language. Identify paragraph sounds in spoken words, and finally demonstrate understanding of word problems. Let's start. We are going to start with Unit 4, Lesson 3, and in this lesson we are going to learn some math. We are going to learn about multiplying it with words. So I'd like you to look at the symbols here on the screen and see if you can identify them. This is the first sign, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first sign, these are all math symbols. Now watch the video and identify what each sign you have just watched mean.
Yay! Hi, I'm Peach. Today we will discuss about the different mathematical symbols. Part 1. First we have plus, which is also called addition sign. Plus. Next is minus, which is also called the subtraction sign. Minus. Next is multiply, which is also called the multiplication sign. Multiply. Next is divide, which is also called the division sign. Divide. Next is equal to. Equal to. Then we have not equal to. Not equal to. The next sign is the greater than sign. Greater than sign. Then we have the less than sign. Less than sign. This symbol is called the greater than or the equal to sign. Greater than or the equal to sign. Next is the less than or equal to sign. Less than or equal to sign. And the last sign we have on our list for the day is the symbol for percentage. Percentage. Yay! And that brings us to the end of this list for the day. Thank you so much for joining in today. And for more fun videos like
So as you have just seen in the video, each sign represents a mathematical problem as follow. This sign is plus sign, which means if you add plus 7 plus 3, you will get 10. And the second one is the minus sign, which means if you take 8 out of 15, you will have 7. The third one is multiply or multiplication sign, which means that if you multiply 4 or give 4 by 5 equal 20. The last one is the division sign, which means that if we divide 16 by 4, we will have 4. These were the mathematical signs for today. Now we have a problem and we are going to try to think together and solve this problem. The problem is that a farmer has 4 boxes as you see 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 boxes of what? Apples. Great. If each box has 32 apples, then how many apples does the farmer have in total? So we want to know and think about if there are 4 boxes of apple. Each one has 32. What is the total number of apples? In order to solve this word problem or this math problem, we will do the following. First, we are going to understand the question. What were the questions? We wanted to know how many apples and how many boxes. This is so that we need to decide the number of apples and the number of boxes. Then we are going to put the double digit on the top and the single digit on the bottom like this. So what is the double digit and what is the single digit? These are the double digit, the tens and the ones. 2 numbers. What is this number? It's 32. Is it the number of boxes or the number of apples? Yes, it is the number of apples. We have put the double digit at the top, the tens, the ones, and here the single digit in the ones only, like under it. And finally, we are going to multiply. So what will we have as a result? We need to multiply the ones with 4. The ones with 4. 2 multiplied by 4, it gives 8. And also, we have 2 ones and 4, we have 8. Next, we are going to multiply the tens with 4. The tens which is 3 or 30 in with 4. 30 multiplied by 4 gives us 120. So the problem with 32 apples in 4 boxes and to get the number of apples. The number of apples in the whole boxes were 128. This was how we can solve a multiplication math problem. Now it's your turn. Now you have a problem, a math problem, a multiplication problem, and you will also need to know how to solve this math problem. This time we have 3 baskets, not 4, and each basket contains 22 oranges. The last time were apples and now we have oranges. So we want to know how many oranges does the farmer have in total. Did you remember how did we solve the previous math problem? Yes, this is what we do. We have written the digits, double digits, 32. Are going to decide the questions. How many oranges and how many baskets? Then we are going to write the double digit on the top and the single digit on the bottom. And you are going to write the single digit here. If you multiply it, we will get it like that. The tens with 20 and the ones with 22 and the single digit with 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. 20 multiplied by 3 equals 60. So the total number is 66. So the problem was, if we multiply 22 by 3, what will we get? Great, we get 66. So we have 66 oranges. After we have done some math, let's come back again to English and do some pronunciation. And today we are going to learn about trigraphs. What is trigraph? Trigraph is a phenomenon in pronunciation, speaks about a group of 3 letters that represents a single sound. Trigraph can be made up of all consonants, all vowels, or a mixture of both. What does this mean? Generally, refers to 3. لما بنقول try, we talk about 3 things. So a trigraph is 3. 3 sounds or letters? 3 letters. Are they separate or together? They are written after each other. Three letters represent how many sounds? Just one sound. So, trigraph is all consonants, or all vowels, or consonants and vowels. As you see here in this photo, they can be all vowels, they can be mixture of consonants and vowels, mixed consonants and vowels, like here, 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 and they can be all consonant. So it's a must to have 3 letters with just one sound to call it a trigraph. For example, we have the trigraph J. J. How many letters? We have the letter D, the letter G, the letter E. But how many sound? We have just one sound with which is J. For example, the word bird. Bird. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we pronounce only 4. B, R, and the short E and J. So the DGE here represents trigraph, 3 letters with one sound, which is J. Another example is the word match. Ch. How many sound? T, C, H. We pronounce it like CH. So we have the word match. Ch is pronounced match. Another example is IGH. It sounds like I, like the word right, which is pronounced right. We have the letter R, the letter I, G, T, H, T, but here it's only R. These were examples of the word of the trigraph and how they can be in words. Let's see now more examples of trigraph sounds, letters, and sounds in English. We have the trigraph IGH, like sigh, high, night. IGH is pronounced only as I. So we have sigh, sigh, and high, high, or night, night. The IGH is I, and here we have the NEIT. Another trigraph is peck, peck, TECH, like catch, match, kitchen. The third one is DGE, like bridge, duddage, batch, for air, flare, chair, or fairy. Number 5, ear, like bread, here, tear. The URE, like treasure and pure. The ORE, like store, more. EAU, like beautiful, or PO, or chateau. Now, let's have a look again at the examples and the trigraphs and how they are sounds and pronounced in order to do some facts. You are going now to listen to some words, and while you are listening, try to think about which word has the trigraph you hear. We have this group of 6 group of words. The first one is flight, near, which, cuff. The second one, bright, judge, fridge, right. The third group, chair, fair, watch, grudge, sigh, bridge, catch, chair, ferry, bird, store, patch, bird, rough, fight, watch. And here is the answer. In each word, you have a trigraph sound. So in the first word, flight, we have the trigraph RGT. Here we have NEAR, which, cuff, pride, judge, fridge. These are all, each word has a trigraph sound. It can be consonant, vowels, or a mixture for both. It can be a mixture like IGT. It can be vowels like EA, and it can be consonants like TCH. This was the trigraph found in these words. Let's move to lesson 4. And after we did some math today and listened to some trigraph sounds, we are going to learn and write about one of the most famous places in Egypt today. Before we start talking about this place, I'd like you to look at the photo. Can you identify this photo? Do you know the city? Yes, it's the new administrative capital. The new administrative capital. العاصمة الإدارية الجديدة. So this is a photo of the new administrative capitals with different places there, green areas, high places or high buildings. Let's answer the question, why do you think Egypt is building new cities? Egypt has built the new administrative capital, and before the new administrative capital, Egypt has built different or more than many cities all over Egypt. So why are we doing this? Why the government is doing this? They are doing this, Egypt is building new cities because Cairo and the current cities are now too crowded. They are too full. Full of what? They are full of traffic jams. There is too much crowding and the buildings and short people. The streets are too packed and crowded. Also, all the pipes and the roads are breaking. The old system of infrastructure can't handle all these people. So Cairo is too full. The service is not the best. So Egypt started building the new administrative capital as well as new cities. Also, Egypt is making a new modern home. Egypt is building the new cities in order to be a modern country. All the new cities use the latest technology. They are smart. They are controlled by computers at all times. When we also build new cities, we offer more job opportunities for people. How can this happen? When we have new cities, there will be new companies, new factories, and this gives or creates new job opportunities. So people can go there, live there, work there, and leave the crowded Cairo and other cities. Now let's read about Egypt's new capital, the new administrative city, and let's learn about what is the new administrative capital. Egypt builds new cities almost everywhere. My family and I live in the new administrative capital. It's 45 kilometers east of Cairo. It's a new city that helps reduce crowding in Cairo. The city is designed to be very smart. Modern technology is used to manage roads, water, energy, and almost everything. The city has green areas everywhere. It has also government offices and important buildings. The city where I live has the tallest building in Africa. It's the iconic tower and a new airport. The iconic tower is 385 meters high and has 80 floors. It's made of strong glass and steel. From the top, I can see the whole city. People here can find great jobs and they have a peaceful life. It's my favorite city in Egypt. This is the new administrative capital with its iconic tower, which is made of glass and steel, and which is 45 kilos away from Cairo, and with all its modern building. Let's answer some questions about the new administrative capital. For example, where is the new administrative capital located? We learned that it's 45 kilometers east of Cairo. How does it help Egypt? It helps reducing the crowding. What modern technology used for in the new administrative capital? In the new administrative capital, modern technology is used to manage roads, water, energy, and almost everything. How tall is the iconic tower? It's 38, it's 384 meters high. We have some photos, and photos represent words from the text. Let's look and identify the word. This is the iconic tower. Remember, it's made of glass and steel. And also, Cairo was very crowded, and the new administrative capital reduced the crowding and make it less crowded. Also, the city is very smart. We have smart city, which has electric vehicle changing, which has traffic management system by computer, smart parking, smart energy, smart home, environment, everything there is smart. It's ruled by computer. Completely as this house, which is controlled by your mobile phone, from curtains to devices and so on. We have learned about the new administrative capital, and we learned that people live in different cities. So, what makes a place feel like home? Generally, a place, you feel that this place is your home when it's safe and cozy. You feel there that it's your comfort zone. That means you feel you are very comfortable and relaxed there. In this place, it's you. You don't need to pretend anything. You can wear whatever you like. You can wear your silly pajama and you know that you are safe. No one will make fun of you. And also, you will hear no thunder or you will not feel scared. It's safety and security. That's one reason why you feel this place is your home. Something else is that it's filled with your favorite things. It's filled with it has your family, your pets, your toys, your photos, your blanket, and it's there full of memories which you have by heart. As we have just said at the beginning of lesson 4, we are going to write a narrative. Let's first know what's a narrative. A narrative is a story, and it's called a narrative because it came from the word narration, which is telling a story. Can you remember your mother or grandmother or even your parents father or grandfather when you were young and they used to tell you a story before you sleep? This is narrating. What's a good narrative? A good narrative is one in which the reader and the listener can see what's told to them. You can imagine people, how they look like, what they wear. You can imagine places, what they have. A good narrative is the one that you can describe and see in front of your eyes. In order to write a narrative, you have to follow some steps. First, you are going to use I, me, my. There is no he, no she, no it. Also, you are going to tell us the setting. What is the setting? The place. Where is this story happening? Is it happens in Cairo, in London, in your village, in your town? Where is the place? Next, you have to tell us what do you want to do? Why are you writing this story? While describing you, your narrative, you need to use the five senses. What are the five senses? The five senses are see, hear, smell, feel, and touch. And it's good to use some adjectives like it sounds noisy, it looks beautiful, it feels smooth or rough. I can smell beautiful. And finally, you can tell us how this story will finish. Remember to include the five steps while you are writing. Use only I and me. Tell us the place. Why are you writing? Use the senses to make it descriptive. And don't forget to finish your story. You are going now to write about a city or a village you like. And here are the parts of your narrative will go like this. First, we are going to have a title. You are going to give your narrative story a title. You are going to write an introduction. The first paragraph, another paragraph, and finally, you are going to finish and conclude. Let's check what's in each step. After you have just written your title, you are going to write a first paragraph or an introduction, and in this introduction, you are going to tell us which city you are going or village you are going to describe. And in the first paragraph, you are going to tell us why you think it's great, and that's why you like it. In the second paragraph, you are going to give us more details about the city or village and give us some description. And don't forget to tell us why this city or village is your favorite place, and don't forget to show us a drawing or draw your favorite, one of the most famous places in your favorite city and village. Let's see. My village, the city I like most is Cairo, and like to spend a day in Cairo, the mother of the world. And this is the title of my narrative story. And then I'm going to start my paragraph. I'm going to introduce Cairo to you. So, my favorite city in Egypt is Cairo, the capital of Egypt. It's a very, very old place and that has seen thousands of years of history. It still feels alive and busy today. Cairo is not calm like a village. It is exciting heart that beats with noise, colors, and ancient stories. The perfect city for anyone who loves big adventures. Here I introduced the city. I told that it's Cairo and it's the capital of Egypt and gave you some information about it. In the first paragraph, I am going to tell you why it's so great. Cairo is so great because it perfectly mixes the ancient past with the busy present. You can see buildings that are hundreds of years old. It's called the City of the Thousand Minarets, right next to modern shops and big bridges. The most amazing thing is that the Great Pyramids of Giza just outside the city is mix the old and the new makes Cairo like feel magical, like stepping into the history book. While listening to modern song, it's a city that never stops moving and always has something new to show. Here, I told you that why Cairo is great. Remember, I told you to write some sentences. And so I told you while you are in Cairo, you are going to listen to modern buildings. And going to feel the history. In the second paragraph, we are going to give more details about Cairo. And we are going to speak about a very famous place, which is Khan el-Khalili. The best place in Cairo is the Khan el-Khalili market and colorful bazaar. When you walk through its narrow alleys, your eyes and nose gets wonderful surprise. You see shiny lamps, bright carpets, and jewelry, and you can smell sweet spice, mint tea, and strong coffee at all at once. The air is filled with the friendly sound of people talking and calling out their prices. Then there is the beautiful Nile River that cuts through the city. Taking a fluke ride on the Nile is very quiet and calm. And finally, Cairo is my favorite city because it fills me with not just books, but alive streets and sounds. It's huge moments like pyramids, and the energy of the crowds and the peace of the night. I really feel relaxed and comfortable and happy when I visit Cairo. This was my favorite place and my native state. Did you like Cairo? Or do you have any another different place? And here is my drawing for Cairo. Remember I told you about the pyramids. They are great. Let's move to another step or station in today's lesson, and we are going to do some research. We are going to think and create a research about different things. So, what's a research? And why do we need to do some research? A research is a piece of writing. When we need to learn about something, we research it. We research to learn about something. We need to learn something new, something that we don't know before. And in order to do a great research, you need to start to have or follow some steps. These steps, first, we are going to decide and pick a topic or to learn about how to research it. Also, we need to ask a question. And when we ask a question, we are going to look for information to get answers. And finally, we need to organize the answers and report it to your friends. Our today's topic is the pyramid. We need to research the pyramid. Then remember, yes, we are going to ask a question which is when were they built, and when we researched it, we found this information. We found that the pyramids were built between 2500 and 2600 BC, and that there are three pyramids, Khufu, Khafra, Kara. And also, we are going to write this in complete sentences. These were the steps to do the research about the pyramids. We are going to do a research, but this time is not about the pyramids. It's about platypus. Platypus. Do you know what's platypus? For me, I didn't know what's platypus before I researched it. So let's think and remember what are the steps to research platypus. First, we decided on the topic. It's a platypus. Then we need to ask a question, and it's what's platypus? And we did some research through Google or whatever, or AI or whatever, and we learned that platypus is one of the most, it's an animal. It's an amazing animal. It has a unique hunting method. It uses electroception or different ways to manage to, to stay underwater. And we are going to organize this answer to get the answer or to get the information about platypus. And these are the information about platypus. Our research is about platypus, and we asked what's the platypus, and we researched to find information that platypus is one of the most amazing animals. It has unique hunting methods using electroception, and this is how it manages to spend too much time underwater. This was our research. Let's remember together what we have studied today in today's session. First, we learned about mathematical problems and mathematical symbols, and we learned how to do multiplication. We learned about trigraph sounds, how they are written and how they are pronounced. And we learned about narratives and what's a narrative story and how to write it. And finally, we learned about how to research something. This was the end of today's lesson. I hope you have enjoyed it. Wish you all the best. Looking forward to meeting you next time. Goodbye.